Are you ready to go on a Monster Girl diet? Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me merchandise, and today we are looking at plus size elf. Now if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for coming, and if you're a returnee, thank you very much again. Today we are looking at plus sized elf, which is an ecchi exercise title from Sangdush and Sangdush. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. And this has been brought to us by 7Cs. Now, if you like your monster girls, if you like your ecchi, if you like your exercise, if you like your food, you will get some enjoyment out of this one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit off-put by this one for quite some time. Well, to be fair, one of the reasons I was a little bit off-put was that I never ever saw it in the wild. It was one of those series that released, and I actually saw a cosplay of this last year at Amicon. One of my friends said, "Oh yeah, that's from that series about the elf who eats loads of McDonald's," and I was just like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like really stupid," and I was just like, "Okay," and I was kind of like, "Oh, plus sized elf." I was like, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of fat jokes, and it's going to be a lot of but man, the artwork on this, oh, so good, really. You can tell this guy has done hentai before, and with it being plus sized, yeah, it's yeah, I really appreciated the artwork on this. It's one of those ones I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of go both ways. It can be either be really offensive or it can be really stupid. But no, it wasn't really offensive. I was quite surprised, and I was quite surprised at how well done the handling of the material was. I'm not gonna lie, bit of a stomach, and yeah, I eat too many fast food, and yeah, what I found interesting with this series is that it does give you a lot of really good tips. And I mean really good, to the point that it's like, oh yeah, you can do these. These are simple exercises that you can do at work. These are simple exercises you can do out and about. And these are simple exercises you can do before bed. And I'm just like, wow, this is, yeah. And I was just like, yeah. And I was just like, does this count as exercise? Reading about exercise? So, the story of this is about a young man who works in a massage clinic. I'm not gonna lie, he's a little bit pervy. His well-endowed boss has got the hots for him, and one of his clients is this young girl who comes in. She's like, I want to lose a little bit of my stomach, and he discovers that she is an elf from another world, and yeah, it's all these crazy little hijinks, and he's just like, well, why are you like this? How has this happened? As far as I was like, because obviously he didn't believe that she's actually an elf, but he's like, well, I thought elves were like really thin and like really agile, and she was like, yeah, they were, but I'm a vegetarian. All we eat is like all of this food. It doesn't have much taste. It's not very nice. It doesn't have much flavour. And she said, I've came to your world and I've tried these fries, I've tried potato chips and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, it's just like, I got addicted to them, all of this flavour, and then it's just like, I soon found that I couldn't go back, because for some reason the dimension between worlds requires you to be the exact same weight as you were before. So yeah, she develops a bit of a stomach, she develops a bit of she puts on a lot of weight, and it's really ridiculous in how it does it, because she genuinely does lose the weight, except she puts it back on. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm back. Like, this is literally the joke at the end of the first series. Is just like, yeah, I've lost enough weight, I'm gonna go back to my world. And then like a few days later, it's like, a few days later he goes to McDonald's, and she's like, hang on, what are you doing there? He's like, oh, I came back because the food was nice, but now I can't go back again because I put weight on. And pretty much the entire of the series is about her kind of trying to lose weight, but her addiction to fries kind of stops it, and I was just like, yeah, that's ridiculous enough. I'm more than happy with that. We do see a lot of kind of like other characters get introduced. We get a dark elf, and the thing I do like about it is that all of the characters that are introduced all have different issues. For example, we have a dark elf who, well, she's lost her butt because all she's doing is just working in a convenience store. She's just standing around. She's genuinely a really good employee, but she stands around for that long most of the days in the convenience store. She doesn't get that time to exercise, so he recommends she could do some squats while it's quiet and stuff like that. There's another one where it's a mandragora, where she's standing out in the sun and her flower becomes too big and stuff like that. There's a mermaid. There's a wolf girl. My favourite one was the ogre, where they've come across this hot springs, this sauna where they kind of like go in the sauna and it's like, oh, there's apparently it's haunted, and then there's an ogre who's put on weight because she drinks that much beer, and I was just like, yeah, ogres are quite well known for being drinking a lot, and they're like, well, in my world the beer is like just kind of pure. We'll come over here, yeah, put on loads of weight, and I thought that was genuinely good. I mean, a lot of this stuff is kind of stuff that a lot of people will have issues with in the real world. A lot of people will be put on weight because of the food they eat. The elf girl, she's a vegetarian. Normally you kind of think vegetarians are quite healthy. And then she's like, well, I can't eat meat, but I eat lots of chips. And that's one of the things I loved about this series, at least so far, because it was ridiculous. It was kind of, yeah, it was one of those ones where I was just like, no, this is too ridiculous to kind of be a premise. It'll run out of steam really quickly. But then I was just like, no, it's genuinely showing you good ways on how to exercise. And I was just like, you know what? I kind of like a series like that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, you can tell this guy did hentai. The artwork I really enjoyed, and it was very over the top. It was very ridiculous. It's an ecchi series, so it's kind of like, if you like your ecchi stuff, it's pretty good. It didn't make us feel kind of uncomfortable, unlike, for example, the Creature Girls series and a few others. The ecchi was kind of like Monster Musume, Yona the Hot Springs, that kind of ecchi. And one I don't know why it reminds me of is Precarious Miss General. Miss Black General. Precarious Woman Executive Miss Black General, which is another series I personally absolutely adored, and I really overlooked it. This one very much feels kind of similar to that. It runs along this same premise. It's ecchi, it's fun, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So far there's only 3 volumes out, and I fully intend to pick more of them up as soon as I can, because I really enjoyed this, and it's one I will definitely be trying to collect more of. Like I said, the exercise tips are really good. It does go a lot in depth. It's not kind of like, oh, just exercise. It's like, oh, well, this is how you do this. This is what you can do. This is what you can do for this particular issue. And it's not like kind of like, oh, just go out on a run. It's like, literally, it's like, oh, well, if you stand a lot in convenience stores, this is kind of, if you stand a lot at work, it's like, yeah, you could do with something like this. If you eat a lot of fries, this is potentially one of the best exercises for you. Of course, it says diet better, but you know, and it's fun. It's very light-hearted. It's not serious, and I really enjoyed the way it was really presented to me. I really enjoyed the way it was presented to me compared to some other series where I kind of felt I was just being lectured. It's not for everybody. Like I said, you do have to like the monster girl genre, and you do have to get away with some ecchi to be able to enjoy this fully. But if you're kind of already into monster girls, I would personally see it's a must-have one. Just because it's, like I said, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's ecchi. But it's got a really good message, and it's got some really good tips. It's one of those ones that, I mean, yeah, this is stuff that you can kind of look at online, but sometimes you just kind of need that visual stimulation. And for plus size elf, I personally would see it's worth picking up if you kind of like that kind. If you're already into the genre, I'd see it's a lot easier to get into than say Monster Musume. yeah, I mean, Monster Musume was all about the sex. I mean, this does have a lot of sex jokes, it's got a lot of ecchi, it's got a lot of over the top humour, but a lot of it's kind of, it's kind, I don't know, it's kind of like Prison School, where it's kind of like, it doesn't really interfere with it. Or with like Miss Black General, where it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, the most ecchi parts of it is like, because of what the characters are wearing, or what they're trying to do with their bodies, or like I said, there's a hot springs chapter, which of course they go into a sauna. Of course they're not going to be wearing clothes, but it's all good fun. It's a lot of I enjoyed it. Personally, I would recommend it if you're already into that kind of thing, or if you just want some exercise tips and you can get away with a bit of light ecchi. Very underrated series, and one that I will definitely be picking up a little bit more of in the future. That's it from me. Thank you for coming, and if you've managed to stay to the end, thanks very much for staying. If you do like this, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and if you have any suggestions for Monster Girl series for me to read, please leave them in the comments, because I kind of feel like this is one of those things that I'm kind of going to end up reading a lot of, and yeah, I'm enjoying them. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for coming, and if you did enjoy this, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, blah blah blah. There's more stuff around here which may interest you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.